In the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, Congress affirmed that a disability should in no way diminish the rights of an individual to live an independent life, to pursue meaningful career opportunities, to make their own choices and decisions, and to live fully integrated and inclusive lives in American society. We have not kept those promises. We're in a systematic failure, and people with developmental disabilities continue to experience lesser rights. There are 4.6 million Americans with a developmental disability. Of that, over 330,000 call Ohio their home. Over half of parents have made a sacrifice in their career to care for a child with a developmental disability. 87% of individuals who need long-term care receive part of that care from an unpaid family member. This equates to over 8.4 million full-time equivalent jobs. DSPs are more than caregivers. They are trained, skilled professionals and are literally the bridge for people with developmental disabilities. They are the lifeblood of this field. The average DSP who's entrusted to care for someone's life makes $10.55 an hour. Compared to other industries, the DSP wage does not reflect the value of their responsibility. If we as a society truly value the lives of people with developmental disabilities, then we must pay those that care for them a fair wage. While the DSP wage is at $10.55 an hour, the federal poverty level for a family of 4 is $12.06 an hour. This is not acceptable. In order to survive, 49% of DSPs receive public assistance. In order to feed their families, 36% of DSPs are forced to receive food assistance, and 28% rely on Medicaid. Many DSPs must work 2 or 3 jobs just to have enough income to provide for themselves and their families. DSPs who are tired from working long hours or multiple jobs are much more likely to make mistakes and have lower tolerance for stressful situations. This equates to lower quality of care for some of the most vulnerable people in our society. Turnover is extremely high. For every 5 DSPs, 3 will leave within a year. 35% of them will leave within 6 months. Each time a DSP leaves, a person with a developmental disability is left to start over. Imagine entrusting your most intimate and basic needs with someone new every day. This systematic failure affects direct support professionals, but even more importantly, it affects the most vulnerable people in our society, people with developmental disabilities. Our community is better when we empower people with developmental disabilities to be a part of their community. Are you willing to allow this population to be isolated and lonely? Will you stand by and allow their rights to be restricted and their freedoms decreased, freedoms that you and I get to enjoy? We cannot bridge this gap without your vote and your voice.
I deserve your support.
My life is in the balance.
You have a choice.
You can bridge the gap.